this guy who wants to solve the problems that are, frankly, sending this country off a cliff, leading us to disintegrate. I'm doing this because I'm a parent, I'm an American, I'm a patriot, and people sense that I have no agenda but just trying to get this done so that our families can inherit a country that we're still proud of. So we have a chance to win this whole thing. It's beautiful. About the Supreme Court, there is nothing in the Constitution that talks about how many justices there are. There's nothing around 9. So a couple of things I'm already for. One, we have to put an 18-year term limit on Supreme Court justices because it makes no sense to have a lifetime appointment. We're literally like critiquing the health and age of these justices. It's like, ooh, they like nominated someone really young. That person's gonna be there for decades. Like, how does that make sense that we're projecting what's going to be like the needs of the land, 25, 30 years from now? The other thing is that right now there are Americans legitimately concerned about whether or not Ruth Bader Ginsburg gets a cold. She's like 86, I believe. And so right now it's rational for people to be like, holy cow, is like Ruth Bader Ginsburg like okay today? It is rational. It's like, how have we set up this system? Lifetime appointments might have made sense when they wrote it into the Constitution a long time ago. But if you look at it, life expectancies were much shorter then. And also early on, people stepped off of the Supreme Court before they were at death's door. Like, it wasn't like I'm just gonna be in this position until I die. Like, people actually left. So there's no number in the Constitution. So 18-year term limits, regular appointments on and off, increase the number of justices and turn it into less of like a country ravaging political war every time someone comes on and off the court. You just expect, if you want a presidential election, then that president is probably going to get to nominate 2 justices. And then if everyone expects that, then everyone gets it. Okay, elections have consequences, you get 2 judges, but it's not dependent upon who lives or dies within that 4-year time frame. So that's where I am in the Supreme Court. Like, I think that we need to rationalize its structure and in all likelihood increase the number of justices. There's at least one other country, I believe it's Germany, that has something like 21 justices. There's nothing in the Constitution about the exact number. And if you had more justices, then it's a much smaller deal when people come on and off.
Thank you.
Sorry, some long-winded answers. I'm sorry, I tend to get like that. Miss, you have a question? Here you go.
What will you do to protect reproductive justice, especially as states are trying to overturn Roe versus Wade on their own right now?
I thought you might ask that because I can read your cap. I stand with Planned Parenthood. We were just talking about Planned Parenthood on the right over here. In terms of where I personally stand on reproductive rights, I think male government officials should have nothing to do with determining women's reproductive rights. I think we should all just leave the room. Let women determine your own reproductive rights. I have a feeling I know where you're going to come out. And then after you tell me what the heck you want to do, then I can come back in the room. So that gives you a sense of where I would be as president. I would be for protecting women's reproductive rights in every arena possible.